Welcome to 3-Word Story. I'm James.
I'm Dylan.
And this is the podcast where we take 3 words from the app
What 3 words?
and improv the shit out of a story.
Today on 3-Word Story. We just saw people their own sweat back.
Yes, Dylan.
To
Yes,
the following
Dylan.
people.
Listen. Yes, we do. We Black Gang Chine.
So what happens on the River of Judgment?
They go on the river.
Okay.
And they get judged. And now I probably should tell you how that links to my 3 words. I'll just start profusely sweating.
Oh, yeah, Dylan. Oh, yeah. 3-Word Story. Back in the house. Woo. Oh, shit.
No.
That's what I wanted. Bam.
That's the right one.
Dylan. Baby boy, how are you today?
And you went with that one. Baby boy.
The worst one.
Yeah, stand up, show me your diapers.
Maybe it's the hair. Maybe it's the hair today. Who knows? Tune into YouTube, by the way. First little plug of the episode to find out what I mean by Dylan's hair and what he actually looks like.
Yeah, this is my real hair, but to show you that I'm not a baby.
And he has a pipe. He's puffing away.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, Dylan, my not so baby boy. Again, complete regret. I don't know why I said that. I just went in too hot with that, I guess.
Yeah.
We're caffeinating hard, so maybe we just went too far. So let's take it back a notch. Let's take it slow into today's 3-word story. Dylan, please tell the ladies and gentlemen at home, how are you and why?
And why? Yeah, James, I'm good. I just recently found a new apartment. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Where
thank
was
you
it?
very much. Sports City.
Oh, nice. And how many sports are you doing there regularly? Do you have to play tennis? in between?
Actually, I have now taken up paddle, ping pong, and tennis. I'm sticking to the racket sports.
Okay, and is it Thai ping pong or table tennis?
Typing sounds like somebody I know.
No, not typing. Thai ping pong.
No, I meant typing.
Yeah.
Typing as someone's name.
Yeah, you probably do know what Thai ping.
Yeah,
to be fair,
typing,
but yeah. So is it table tennis or are you? Pinging a ball at Uranus?
That's one of our languages back home. I just love how we keep on kind of crossing barriers, being like, what the fuck are we talking about? Are we talking about typing or are we talking about Kosa?
I don't know.
Kosa.
Now you've added a language into the mix, so I don't really know where we are. So the sports you've been playing,
yes,
but not so playing. But you've moved into a lovely place for yourself. How is it?
Yeah, it's very, very private.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, his right bicep is bulging as he says that. Very sad.
What do you mean?
Well, congratulations, Dylan, on your new home. Hopefully, it will allow you to maybe put some inspiration in today's story. Because today's story that we're going to be finding for ourselves is based on where we would put a theme park based on ourselves, right? Is that kind of the avenue you've gone down?
Yeah, what I kind of reckon is it wasn't based on traits of myself or necessarily, but things that I would find interesting or an interesting concept theme park that I then kind of decide. Okay. Like if I had to open one that makes sense and makes money, yeah, why not? This would kind of be something that I go towards.
So not including, I mean, I don't know which one yours is or where yours is in the world or whether it's somewhere you've been or not. What has been your best ever theme park you've been to? And why?
I haven't been too many, too many,
no,
because I actually steer clear of them.
Shit.
Yeah.
And why do you stay clear of them, Dylan? Are you afraid?
Because
afraid of peeing your pants? Pee your pants
No. Those are
that's just for arcades.
Probably, but
okay.
No, I'm terrified of heights, James. I really any situation that involves theme parks or heights, I actively try and move away from.
That involves theme parks or heights or like. What happens
if there's theme parks or heights? Yeah, that's.
So really you can have. Let me give you an example. Okay, I went to. Okay. I went to Legoland in Windsor in England, right? And as a kid, I loved Lego, right? Putting those blocks together, ooh, baby, come at me with some creativity. I loved Lego, right? And this theme park is very flat because it's Lego. You can only build Lego so high, right? So not really any high roller coasters. Now, the very disappointing thing of Legoland, it's just for kids. And I wasn't a kid. I was probably in my early 20s.
But you knew this before going to Legoland.
Hey, I mean, Lego's been around for a long time, Dylan. I just thought maybe there would be something for the broader market.
Yeah.
I was wrong, Dylan. I was very wrong. It was all for kids. And
That sounds more my speed.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just it's a shame you're not allowed to go anywhere within 100 feet of a place like that anymore,
anymore.
Dylan. So that's sad for you. Obviously, I'm
Why
joking.
is it sad? Yeah.
I'm joking, Dylan. You can go near any child you want to within reason. So basically, we went there and they have like this large, like model village of the world made of Lego, right? I guess if you're 5, then it seems massive, right? Because you're low down, you're like, whoa, look at Big Ben, whoa, look at the Eiffel Tower. When you're 6 foot tall, it looks shit. It looks shit and it looks faded. And that was basically like the main part of what you could enjoy in Legoland. So instead, I just ended up going drunk and getting drunk somewhere else. So that was Legoland for me. But that could be that kind of theme park, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be like roller coasters and whatever. It could be extreme disappointment.
Or it could actually just be enough, like in terms of my adrenaline scope. If you
for you,
call
be
it.
like,
yeah.
Whoa, oh my God, I can't believe it. That just looks like London. Oh, I can't believe it.
But if you get uncomfortable at certain heights or at certain speeds, then you can kind of keep it at bay by
you
just
can
doing
stay flat
Legoland.
on the ground, and that's about
the
it.
Speed I can probably do a bit more, but yeah, the heights thing, just freaks me out.
It just
James.
doesn't do
I'm
it for you.
sorry.
Okay,
No,
so you want to
not
stay
at all.
grounded on your feet, in and around maybe Legoland. That would help you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Legoland isn't my place. So, Dylan, where in the world have you put your theme park? And why?
I put mine in Egypt, Cairo specifically.
Of course you did.
And then if you link the 3 words to that, that would then be helpfully.
Helpfully.
I didn't know that was a word though.
Okay.
Like
helpful, but you can do something helpfully. You can full up the help if you want
helpfully,
to. Yeah. Okay. So we've got helpfully as word number 1.
Screech. Yeah.
That wasn't a soundboard, by the way. That was me for everyone at home.
There we go. Screech and what was my 3rd word?
What was your 3rd word? Come on, Dylan. Come on. Take it to the bridge. Roller coaster. Flat. Mountains. Pyramid.
Nope.
The River Nile.
Screech. Ooh, levels.
Levels.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So helpful.
Helpfully, screech, levels.
Okay. Anything you want to divulge on this place in Egypt, or is this going to link to what you have to tell us today?
No,
in your
I think
story?
I'll try and incorporate everything into the story and kind of, I'll give like a preamble how I got into how you got lost in Egypt, where you may find yourself. Yeah.
I hope it's fenced off. I kind of went down a little rabbit hole on TikTok the other day of scammers in Egypt, and which they are rife. So for those who don't know, like I've not been there, but I have had some friends who have gone to like the Great Pyramids, right? Just outside Cairo or Giza, or wherever it is.
Yeah.
And when you look at them, they look phenomenal and fantastic, right? Like, wow, look at them out in the desert and the Sphinx is there and everything. When actually in reality, it's 2 inches away from the actual city.
Yeah, it's like, next door.
It looks like a mess, right? And then all around it is people just trying to scam.
And scam.
One after the other. And there's like fake police officers there. There's people saying like, come with me, give us your documents. So if you go to the pyramids, beware. So, public service announcement. If that shit's all over your story, I apologize. I didn't mean to, unless it was just going to be a public service announcement of looking after yourself in Egypt. I don't know, Dylan. So, where am I going to put my theme park, I hear you say, in your mind?
Yes.
Well, Dylan, I'm going to put my theme park, and I'm going to talk about this even more in my story, but I'm going to give you a little bit of history about this place first. I'm going to really paint the picture for you and those at home. I'm taking you, Dylan, to the Isle of Wight. Do you know the Isle of Wight, Dylan?
No.
Good. The Isle of Wight is the southernmost tip of the British Isles. It is this lovely little island or isle just off the south of England, like where Southampton is, and it just sits there by itself. There ain't much going on in Isle of Wight, to be honest, but that's what makes it such a beautiful place. A place of virtue and humbleness. And that is where I want to put my theme park, because I am virtuous and so very humble, Dylan. I am so fucking humble and fantastic all at the same time.
You almost worked it in there like those are your words.
I couldn't be farther than no, actually, not even. I did not think that far ahead. In fact, I didn't think any part ahead. I don't know what I was doing there. I was just riffing, riffing. I don't have the anymore, but I only have 4 things on this soundboard. So
thank fuck for that.
Sad for me. So I'm taking you to the Isle of Wight, Dylan. Specifically, I'm taking you to the lovely hamlet of Black Gang. Okay? I'm taking you to Black Gang. And within Black Gang, and I can see your brow furrowing. I can see the deep intake of breath, and you're thinking, James, you are going down an avenue which will cease this podcast forever. Well, let me tell you, Dylan. Actually, I will think you'll find that Black Gang is named after the black mineral that was found in the rocks at Black Gang. And so it's black is what is in the mountain, and gang is the pathways that sailors used to use to get up into the hamlet. That's where the term Black Gang comes from, and nowhere else. Nowhere else, Dylan. It's to do with rock and paths. Repeat after me. It's about rock and paths. Okay? So we're going to Black Gang. And in Black Gang is a beautiful, wonderful, ready-made theme park called Black Gang Chine. Baby, Black Gang Chine. I can see you looking...
Black Gang Chine.
Black
what does
Gang
Chine mean, though?
So Chine means a coastal ravine. So it's like, it's right on the sea, and then there's a ravine that breaks into the rock, and that is what you call a chine. So black, it's the color of the minerals in the rock. Gang, it's the gangways of the paths, and chine is this coastal ravine.
My goodness.
None of that has got anything to do with anything else other than the things that I just said. You can Google it, you can come at me, but that is that.
You almost seem paranoid about this.
I'm not paranoid, Dylan.
No?
I mean, I believe in my facts.
Just thorough.
I've done some thorough research. I've been there. I have been to Black Gang China. This is why I'm bringing my theme park to it, because it's the oldest. It is the oldest theme park in the whole of the United Kingdom. It was the very first. The very first one. Basically, it was founded by a gentleman. His name was Alexander. And he visited Black Gang as a child during Victorian times in 1842. 1842, Dylan. So it's fucking old. And he went there and he went, Papa, I will buy this land one day and I will set myself up an amusement park. And well, Alexander did just that. He went back, made himself some money, and he came back to lease the land. Okay. And dear Alexander had a bet with the landlord of the land, the lord of the land. He said, I will lease this land as far as I can throw this stone. And Alexander knew that he could fling a stone if he wanted to, and whoosh, got himself a big old lease of land because that man can throw a stone. And that is how Black Gang Chine was originally established. He was like, hey, heck nay, I shall make myself a theme park for the Victorians. So how did he start? There was a whale that washed up on Black Gang Chine, okay? And the locals...
This is a story that just, keeps on giving.
It really does. Honestly, I'm hoping that after this, there'll be an enormous influx of Black Gang Chine, because it's a place that's very dear to my heart. A whale washed up onto the sea, and the Victorians, they took the blubber, and dear Alexander, he said, this shall be one of my first amusements. And he painted the bones, and he took them to the Black Gang Chine, and they are still there to this day, Dylan. Those whale bones are in Black Gang Chine. You can get yourself on a flight right now and go all the way down to the Isle of Wight, and you can go, wow, that man that threw that stone and brought those bones over here, they are still here. So what a man. What a man. So you've got the oldest theme park in the whole of the UK. And in my opinion, one of the humblest.
Yeah.
So it's got a history of, there's a bit of smuggling happened around there. really much else, to be honest. As I said, there's not really much going on the Isle of Wight. So the layout of this theme park is, I guess you would call it erratic. So you go from, say, Cowboy Land, and you wind up in Fairyland. And then you get into this district that is, you're not allowed in. Then you have a maze. Then you have a castle. And amongst many things. So I guess you could maybe surmise it as a slight bit of a cluster F. But in a good way, Dylan. In a way that is humble. In a way that is beautiful. There's a lot of stationary things there. There's a few like plastic dinosaurs. I think limited rides. You would love it because I'm pretty certain nothing is that high. You would love Black Gang Chine. Again, Dylan, you would love Black Gang Chine. So that is where I'm going to base my story. Now, the 3 words that it gives me, Dylan, is plan, greed, and rekindle. Okay. So later on in the story, I'm going to go deeper into Black Gang Chine. And I'm going to give you my plan for it. And how we can be greedy and take more. That is what's coming up.
Oh, shit.
Now, naturally, we need to decide who takes the first story today. And we're going to go back to... Sorry, we're going to go back to rock, paper, scissors. Okay? Because that's the safe one. Okay? Well, that's the safe way to go. Or we can go gun... carrot.
Let's just do rock, paper,
what was
scissors.
Right now, look, now it's on YouTube. I want to bring it out to the world. Not whatever you called it before, because I don't like that name. But the gun, carrot, and hole. What was the other one? what was the other one?
Just the carrot and a hole, and you were like, just
a hole. So the carrot. What was the third one? Come on, Dylan, help me out.
This is bunny. No, so rabbit, carrot, gun.
Okay, and how do you do the rabbit again? What's So that
so do the peace sign.
So do the peace sign is rabbit,
the gun,
and then the carrot. And for everyone at home, especially on YouTube, what beats what? Explain to the grand audience.
Yeah, so basically, you've got your gun. Naturally, you put the carrot into the barrel, and the gun no longer works.
That's how they famously stopped World War II.
Yes,
a great supply of carrots. It was fantastic.
I just watched Bugs Bunny do it once, and it fucking blew up in the hunter's face.
In Elmer Fudd's face, and that's how Bugs Bunny does it. Okay, so carrot beats gun.
Yeah.
Gun, I guess, beats
the rabbit.
Beats the rabbit, and the rabbit
Yep, obviously
noms on that carrot. Okay, so we have it all the way around. So,
right.
Pistol.
Okay, so... No, I put my carrot there. Like, do you just put up your pistol? So I was like,
don't get your carrot out my hole. Okay, so Dylan goes first. There we go. We have it.
No, that's not.
Drop it down low. 3-word story.
All right. Okay.
Shit.
Bamboozled myself over there.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.
Yeah, so I said Egypt.
I heard that.
Giza,
you did say that, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Specifically the pyramids of Giza. And it's not like I've never been there before, don't know what it's like, but I felt like, you know what, it would be cool to have this historic theme. And I thought, okay, well, let's go. I mean, where shall I make the theme park? Should it be the Colosseum? Should it be ancient Egypt? Can we go up north? I don't know, but yeah, I figured let me play around with the pyramids.
So you went pyramids or Colosseum?
No,
you embodied yourself.
Yeah.
You thought, right, Dylan. You sat there, you crossed your legs, you did the old peace signs, and you go and you channel your inner self. Where depicts me more than anything? And you instantly went to Pyramids of Giza and Colosseum. Wow, Dylan. That's a great way to see yourself.
Let's go.
Okay, so you decided to go to the Great Pyramids because that embodies you more than anywhere in the world, is what you're saying.
No, but I thought it might be a good selling point. Like, it's the pyramids. So I figured the grandeur of the pyramids was like, okay, sure, let's use that because it's kind of the biggest ancient thing, because I did want to incorporate history into it. Like the biggest ancient thing that I could create buzz around. And then why not make roller coasters going around it?
The things you hate so much. But you're painting the image in my mind that hopefully you will develop and flick your imaginary paintbrush all over the place. And I can see it and it sounds fantastic. And I like the slogan already. It's the pyramids.
It's the pyramids.
You shrugging next to the...
Yeah.
It's the pyramids.
Hey, listen, if people can make an advertisement of got milk,
that is true.
and just kind of the same with the pyramids, considering it has been around for thousands of years, why not the pyramids?
And where do you stand on how they were made, Dylan? Was it aliens?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now moving on.
Now moving on.
Okay, so yeah, it was the aliens. Moving on, because I don't want to speak about who else may have built it, so I'm going to stick with aliens.
Right. You were like, oh, it's the Mayans.
Yeah, it could have been. They could have flown over with their calendar, which was wrong, by the way. Mayans.
Yeah, 2012.
Yeah.
One of the best years of my life.
Yeah, was it? What happened? What happened?
Well, no.
Right,
no,
anyway,
no particular
Dylan!
reason. Yeah, sorry.
Drop it down low, 3-word story. What happened? What's your 3 words? What's your story? Coming at you
Right.
large.
So, Anubis Kingdom. Ooh. Deep in the heart of Egypt. And I will slightly read off this as I'm
That's okay.
ill-prepared.
That's okay.
But where golden sands stretch endlessly and the whispers of the past linger.
You have definitely read that. To be honest, Dylan, you didn't have to say that you were reading that. As soon as those words came out your mouth, I was like, that guy is reading. But anyway, sorry, Dylan.
Well, you know,
you
know what is impressive is the fact that I could read that well. Huh?
Yeah,
Right?
or at all.
Is it just
Actually,
like-
honestly, I am gobsmacked. When you turned up with a laptop for the first time, I was like, the guy can read and type?
And time. But now,
Okay, sorry.
right? So this is not. It's not any theme park, right? This is kind of to help preserve the ancient. I don't want to say culture of the Egyptians.
Yeah, I think you could say that. Hieroglyphics.
So
and
I then wanted to say that every ticket purchased, right, 30% of its price. I don't know what the price of those tickets are. I haven't gone that far.
But you have the percentage.
I have the percentage.
Yeah.
Will go to local charities in aiding communities in and around Cairo.
Wow. The virtue signaling is amazing. White privilege saving everyone else again. Thank you very much, Dylan. So there we go. You're not on the campaign trail, by the way. You don't have to be giving anything to anyone in this imaginary land. But hey, look, this is part of your value. And if we know anything about you, Dylan, you will take a piece of pizza off a homeless person. And this translates to this theme park. You're already giving
Just
to
to
charity.
show that I do care about that connection, not necessarily just about the food, but
Yeah.
I
You'll
kinda
take
figured,
off a
okay.
homeless man because of the connection.
because of the kingdom.
Yeah.
So, Anubis Kingdom. I figured, all right, we'll do a bunch of rides, and there might be a section for people and no, not kids, but where the I should finish the sentence quickly.
Yeah, you really should. Why are you sweating so much?
But no, where people who are scared of heights, they can chill around. And it's called the bar.
Yeah, okay, and that's where you are. Okay.
So no, okay. Anubis Kingdom, not for the faint of heart. Every ride, every corridor. No, actually, I'm not even going to read this. So I figured, let me do rides, something fast, right? Fast and flat. And let's call it the Curse of the Pharaohs. Then
okay, that's a nice name.
we'll go for the River of Judgment. I figured some scary themed. Scary theme.
Okay, River of Judgment. So what happens on the River of Judgment?
They go on the river.
Okay.
And they get judged.
So are there like... So I imagine like the river is kind of sunk into the ground a bit, and then there's like people like up on the top of the walls.
Yes.
And they're just pointing down to
being
you.
like,
Yeah.
that
Your
guy
hair's
looks like a
shit.
baby. Look at his hair.
That man looks like he can't be near kids. You know, all of that above. You smell.
Yeah, not from, yeah.
And like, I guess because obviously I imagine this to be like an international kind of park, will there be like all different languages just kind of hurtling abuse at you, or is it just all going to be in English?
No.
Or do you like
international judgment? Yeah.
International, so there'll be
yeah.
just
It's
some like, you know,
world class.
Afrikaans going, whatever an Afrikaans slander is, and then some kind of Chinese slander.
No, but I figured kind of like maybe a lazy river type feel, but with the eerie element of judgment and scariness.
And scariness.
How
do you provide the scariness?
You know what? There's always a mummy involved somewhere.
Okay, the mummy and the mummy returns.
I think the fact that those are tombs, and that's obviously linked to the dead and spirits of the dead. So no, I think by default you've got the history over there. You've got the scariness of the dead or then undead.
Potential of the rise of the dead. Okay.
Right. And the fact that it actually happened there where you are now at. So no, I think it's actually a pretty cool combination of things that come together.
Okay. And does this, so your theme park is you're really focusing on the location. This isn't kind of an inner working of how you see yourself of being judged. I thought this was getting like slightly dark. And it'd be like, this is the river of judgment. And people say that I suck and I can't speak properly and I am and are all the time. And maybe...
What do you mean I can't speak properly?
No, this was not you. This is just an example of what someone would be like. This has got nothing to do with you, like nothing at all. My English is not that good all the time.
It does come out when I'm drunk though.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
we know.
They don't know.
We know, that's true.
Yeah,
well, invite them. Invite the people at home to a drink with Dylan. You can find out once he's had a tequila or two. And
then some maze element. I forget,
okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Like a walkthrough experience. And, if the walls can shift. Maybe something, I'm pretty sure I can't remember in...
Harry Potter.
That's funny.
Thank you. No, not Harry Potter.
Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Okay.
Indiana Jones, shifting walls, a maze, and I think that would be a pretty cool ride or kind of affair.
Like the fourth Harry Potter, the Goblet of Fire, the third test, they go into that magical maze where like everything heals over, things try and reach out and grab you. Sometimes you get a little bit enchanted. Does that not do it for you?
Yeah, I think that does it for me.
Do it for you? Okay, so would you want a difficult maze or would you like a nice, like easy wander around?
No. I think what I thought about, and this is maybe just going too deep into this, and I should probably get to my story.
Oh, shit, we're not even on your story.
Oh, well, it's my story. But,
okay, fucking hell. Okay.
But it's more a convo story, obviously.
Okay.
But no, I would really like it to be a bit more challenging. What I figured I'd do, but then... people like myself might not make it to the end of the park. Like I wanted it to start at one point, right? And then it kind of goes increasingly more difficult or scary. Okay. And then you kind of get the full ride or the full experience. But then I thought about it. I'm like, no, Dylan, because then you'll just walk back out or kind of want to like not do the rest.
You would just leave.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I would not
in
go
your
there in
own
the
theme
first
park,
place.
in your own maze, you would just turn around and leave.
I think for other people it might be a good experience, but for me, nah.
But would you be confident that how is your sense of direction? So if you went into a maze, like left, right, left, right.
I think I can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
The maze part, like if the maze, one of them, but with regards to some of the other rides, maybe something with water. Then you got the like the lazy river part.
Yeah.
And
Fuck you,
then
Dylan.
obviously the main attraction. The Mummy.
The Mummy.
The Mummy.
Okay, right.
Yeah, that's the ride called The Mummy.
The Mummy.
Yeah. So basically, and this is where I need to start focusing again.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured The Mummy takes us on a trip, starting down at the bottom of the pyramid, going up and around. Because, it's not a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And you can build a roller coaster there.
Okay, so this is a roller coaster.
This is a roller coaster. Right? So, going up, taking you in and around just to experience the grandeur of the pyramids. Mm-hmm. Right? And then, obviously, the drop. But what I wanted to do with that is you have different drops and speeds at different levels going down, right? And obviously you don't stop at ground level because it's a tomb.
So you're going to go down into the tombs. Okay, we're tomb diving.
Right, so each one of these kind of levels drops into a room and a story of ancient Egypt.
Oh, so it's
you haven't
educational
yet.
as well.
Kind of. I thought about that. I'm like, Delano, who the fuck's going to want to learn? But if there's...
And how would that work on a roller coaster? Like,
all right, take out your books today.
I think
I wasn't too sure about how you do that, but I figured maybe like kind of a drop, stop, and then if you have, let's say, 25 meters of slower, right? You kind of take it in. You've got the intercom or you've got speakers playing.
was discovered in this tomb by the ancient explorer.
No, it would always be someone. That was almost Michael Caine.
Yeah,
Right,
of course Michael Caine would. I mean, hey, it's your theme park. Who would you like to narrate?
David Attenborough, but scarier. If he could,
On crack.
if he could make it a bit like tad, but deeper and scarier, maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Sam Earl Jones. Is it James Earl Jones? Sam Earl Jones? James Earl Jones.
I
James?
just want-
I think
I
I'm
wanna-
going to say James. I'm going to say James.
Is that your
Sticking
final
with
answer?
it, final answer.
Samuel L. Jackson. Hey.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Samuel L. Jackson, right? Is that who you said?
No.
Who are you on about then?
Mufasa's voice.
Oh, I don't know. That's
Yeah,
your neck of the
but
woods.
that's Darth Vader's voice, but anyway.
Okay,
All
right. That was completely
Anyway,
wavelengths not on. That could be another ride.
so with each descent, they uncover levels of history. Right, the myths they were told as children, might not be so mythical. So basically, it kind of exposes the darkness of what mummification is.
As
the
opposed to the
intent
light
was.
side of mummification.
Yeah, that's probably true. But
Well,
I guess there's
I
a
guess-
haunting element to it, which is probably true. Don't quote me by this, but yeah,
No one will.
So no.
But I guess
Okay.
you go from one level of kids on Halloween wrapping themselves up with toilet paper. You want to get to the real deal
Yeah.
of people hooking out the pancreas and shoving it in a jar. Is that what you want?
Yes, because I knew they'd do that.
Yeah. That's exactly what they do. Through the anus. So what you're saying, Dylan, is you want to educate, I guess, adults and children on this, of how they used to basically take the dead body of a pharaoh, and they would be like their late teens, early 20s, and how they would go inside their body through the mouth or the anus and take those organs out and then place them in jars. That, I guess, and again, these theme parks kind of embody you as a person. So this makes total sense.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, it's funny. I actually think I missed the whole fucking brief, even as I'm telling my own story, because the idea was for me to speak in a slower voice, highlighting the scariness of the mummy.
No, look. We always go off brief. Okay, I'm just trying to insinuate that your personality has something to do with hooking out some kidneys out an anus. Which is kind of my whole thing.
You know what?
with
Yeah,
anus. And for that, I'm sorry, Dylan. For that, I'm sorry. Okay, so you want to bring in the mummies into it, and then what? So we're going up and down. We're in the tombs,
Going up
and
in the tomb,
where are we at now?
It's scary. And now I want to put you in. This was actually supposed to be the true story, which kind of made me, as I say, miss my brief with my fucking
That's okay.
story.
Okay, you do your brief.
However, right, so as people go through these different levels, right, to get to the final one called the chamber.
The chamber
Of the unfinished mummy.
The chamber of. That's quite a wordy title, that one. Yeah, but okay, chamber of the unfinished.
The chamber of the unfinished mummy.
Okay.
Yes, you see.
Yeah, that's
just because it's faster, wordier.
Okay.
Anyway.
So is this just got, like,
just
intestines at
before
the
they
anus?
get there, right? The final drop, which is complete darkness, right? Right. But this is where my story. All of a sudden, you just hear. Right.
That scared me. I was scared.
A horrific screech, a banshee-like screech. right? Shit. Right? Now people are kind of going busy completing the ride. However, this actually scares the guests and draws the attention of even the amusement park staff. Right? So this was no. I'm being serious. We needed to stop this because I was supposed to tell the story from somebody's perspective, which I never did.
That's staying in. That is staying in. How do you get to the end of the story and realize, wait, this is from my point of view? Yeah.
The fact that you got that on camera as well, just me kind of realizing, being like,
and it was
No,
this
it's a
moment
bit-
he realized
I
he fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, look, let's keep it in because I liked that. I liked that a lot.
That was based on my personality.
Okay, yeah, that is exactly. Wow, did you just freaking fourth wall come from behind and mummify my anus? Because that was fantastic. If that was a ruse, then I all of a sudden fear you because now I don't know who you are.
Yeah. No.
No, you just fucked up.
Yeah, I just fucked up.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I completely forgot.
What were the key beats of the story? Like, if you could just surmise it to a few points.
Kind of, yeah. Well,
Who was it about?
Well, it was normally I've got the secret or the twist on every end of my stories. So what
You were
I wanted
confused
to
by
do-
the roller coaster.
Oh yeah, I know. I was thinking too much about what I would do. So I had different things. So I wanted to tell a story about people going on this ride, going on this journey, getting to different levels, getting to that final drop, hearing the screech,
Okay.
right? And even the people working there is like, that's not fucking part of the ride. So it draws kind of the attention of like, okay, well, shit, Dylan, what's happening? And then you have this, then they kind of figure out what the screech like sounds are. And then they get to this person going on the teacup ride. And this teacup ride is pulling way too many fucking G's. And this lady ends up complaining about not being able or not, she doesn't know how the park allows people of determination, if you can call it that, onto this ride. And this person is like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, this guy's clearly kind of special. Just hear how he's fucking bansheeing out on these teacups. And then they are like, what are you talking about? He's the manager. And then I get off the ride and being like, actually, I'm the owner. So
you were useless in your story, and you were useless in real life.
So now halfway through, yeah, it was.
So you were the special person in your own story.
I was the special person in my own story, telling a story.
Wow, this is like the recent Deadpool movie.
yeah,
it's
it's
just
like
layer
a
upon
layer
layer
on
upon
layer.
layer.
So-
We're fourth wall. We're back in the story. We're fourth wall again. Oh well, Dylan, that was
And then, well,
that was quite the ride.
yeah.
Which is
And now I
kind of the
probably
point.
should tell you how that links to my 3
yes, please, Dylan. How the fuck does it relate to your 3 words?
Well, the ticket sales, right, relates to being helpful
Right, I
and
did
charitable.
wonder why that. useless fucking piece of information was put
And I
in.
forgot that until now. So, yeah, that's how that links. Obviously, the ride's got levels. And yes, I have the screech on me on the Arabic teacups pulling G's. So, boom, James, that's my story. Use whatever you want out of
Well,
that.
there we go.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.
Dylan!
Yes.
That was quite the roller coaster. I cannot promise the same kind of roller coaster. Probably because there's not so much depth as your story. And look, there's going to be some interaction. I'm going to need a bit of you as well to help me out to figure things out. So to remind you of my 3 words, and so you know how they relate to my story and not your fucking whatever that was.
Yeah, whatever that was.
Plan, greed, rekindle. Okay, so I'm going to be upfront of how they relate. This is not like a plot twist kind of thing. Basically, we are going to come up with a plan right now. I'm going to go through some rides with you of how we can extract more money out of Black Gang Chine so we can rekindle the great success of the Victorian times. Does that make sense? We are going to discuss together as corporate bigwigs about how we are going to make these rides a little bit more lucrative for us. And then I'm going to package it all together at the end as a lovely corporate video that we can then present to investors further down the line, to Black Gang Chine. Does that make sense?
That's fair. I just wish I knew more of Black Gang Chine besides the mineral, the chine, and the whale bones.
Dylan, you already know more than 99.9999% of the whole population by knowing those facts alone, Dylan. So look, I've got the rides in front of you, in front of me, not you, because otherwise I wouldn't know. I've got the rides in front of me. Okay, you can kind of guess what they are based on what they're fucking called, right? So we're not going to have, you don't have the pictures in front of you, and we're going to think how can we, make this a little bit more lucrative? How can we be a little bit more
That's fair.
greedy? Does that make sense? You're happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So get your big wig on, and let's get greedy. Okay. So the first one is it's just a water park. Okay. So as I said, Black Gang Chine is a bit here, there, and everywhere. You go Fairyland, you go this land, you go like that. Okay. So we start with Waterforce.
Yes.
Okay. If you get any ideas, jump off your head of how you could make Waterforce a little bit more lucrative, because I do. Okay. You take it from Waterforce, which is just a couple of water slides, and you change it to Force Water. Okay. What you do, people arrive into the park and you lock them in a barren desert area for 24 hours, and you make the water extremely expensive. Okay. But you give 30% of it to charity so they can't come back and sue you. Okay. So you force them to have water. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Do you think that's brilliant?
Sure.
You could get them to, like, maybe you could supply some like free peanuts to dry their mouths out a little bit more so you can try and get the footfall in a little bit more. I don't know what other dry produce that you have back home that you could supply that would really just get that mouth dry, like suck the moisture so we can force water. What do you think?
I like the idea of where this is going. However, to I guess that's what people do anyway, like these big corporates or like the studies on certain things. Like they just want you to spend more, and they've got certain ways of doing it, forcing people kind of in that.
We're on the nose here, Dylan. We're on the nose. We're not even hiding behind it, okay? But this is part of the attraction, okay? Now you're thinking, how does it relate to me? And so am I, because it's now making me sound like a massive dickhead.
No. But we just lock them in there. And we do the force.
It's an experience, okay? I, in my life, have gone through some dark days, long days out in the mountains, We live out in the desert. I haven't really been much in the desert, but I'm sure I'd be thirsty, right? So that is an element of my life, going through some suffering, and at the end of it, some delicious, expensive water, and some of that money goes to charity. How's about that?
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, the fact that I can't complain about it. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, hey,
considering it's going to charity, it'd be like, yeah, okay, it's money better spent, not necessarily well spent, but
it's gone to people of need. So that is number one.
Okay, but a question, just last question about this. the markup on top of that needs to be considerably higher, considering you're going away, giving away 30% of whatever we just made.
Okay. I like your greedy thinking, Dylan. You're getting the bigwig status. Right, here's what I'm thinking. Up above is a ginormous bulb. Okay, because I'll be honest with you, it doesn't get very sunny in the Isle of Wight that often. Okay, so we have an enormous bulb. Okay, and it can be powered by the tidal, the tidal wave thing outside. So we're not paying for the electricity. The sea provides it for us. So we have this enormous bulb above. So it's like a solarium, where you're just like a turtle basking on a rock. The sweat pours down from people into a grated floor. The sweat drops through the floor into a reservoir. The reservoir drips down to fill the bottles. We
just sell people their own sweat back.
Yes, Dylan.
To the following people. Listen.
Yes, we do. We are selling people their own sweat. And how is the markup for that for you, Dylan? So we have free coastal powered bulb shining down on people, and we sell them their own sweat. They drink the bottles, and we ask them to recycle them on the way out. So we just use the same bottles over and over again. How's that for greed for you? How's that for a plan?
Yeah, there we go.
So we can rekindle their sweat and put them back in the bottles, and we can rekindle the bottles and give it back to put more sweat in.
It's lovely.
Drop it down low, 3-word story. So the next one, Dylan. This one is not necessarily maybe more greedy. Well, maybe you can make this more greedy. I couldn't really think of anything off the top of my head that was make this super greedy. But this is the Hall of Mirrors. Okay. So, again, a lot of these places are kind of on the nose. And this is the Hall of Mirrors. So, it is a hall of mirrors. I don't know how else to tell you. Okay, it's just a hall of mirrors.
Thanks for explaining.
Some make you small, some make you wide, some make you whatever. So I guess it can make you a bit body conscious. Is there any way that we could make this greedier, for example?
Not necessarily greedier, but hopefully we can make the normal mirrors, right, not even be normal. So I want the people over there more body conscious, and then we sell meal plans just outside.
Whoa, right. So you post it as like, this is a hall of mirrors, but normal mirrors.
Yeah. So it would be like, this is the, one that makes you short and fat. This is the one that makes you tall and skinny. And then the normal mirror is also not really a normal mirror. It's actually,
So then they go outside, and then all of a sudden, like, here's a 30-day meal plan for you.
Yeah.
That is...
Hopefully, if you can kind of disguise it, obviously not being like, you look like you could lose some weight. Maybe not that upfront about it, but yeah, if you can kind of mask it in there with...
I like that, Dylan. That's so greedy. You're getting your big wig on. I like it.
Coupon to do X, Y, and Z. Yeah,
that is proper corporate big wig style. Like, how about this as well?
All right.
So you could have that will grasp some people. Maybe some people aren't that body conscious, and good for them. I'm happy for them, Dylan. I would like more people to be less body conscious, unlike you. How about we have a mirror that digitally has like a TV behind it. Okay.
All right.
So my thinking is this. You look in the mirror, and in the TV, you see a ghoul behind you. Okay.
Oh, shit.
You turn around, there's no ghoul there. And other people to the side. So it's like, you know how you have like those TV screens that you can only see
once you
angle,
look directly at, yeah, sure.
So you have that filter on it, so anyone next to you can't see. And
well, actually, is that not how a mirror normally works, James? Like
you can see at an angle, right? Like that mirror there.
Yeah, but only because it's reflecting off of that one.
Yeah, but you can see, right? So basically, it just looks dark. Or okay, you can't see the ghoul.
Yeah,
you can see the mirror, but you can't see the ghoul. So you can only see the ghoul straight on, right?
Yes. Okay.
And it only happens every now and then.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, oh my God, you got to see this. There's a ghoul here, and it gets switched off, and the person's like, Timmy, you okay? Like, no, there was a ghoul there, and like then there's like a member of staff there, and they're like, they're telling there was a ghoul, and the member of staff has to be like, no, there wasn't. No, these don't have. These are just mirrors. Okay, they're not messed with. And then you have a 30-day psychiatry
I
program
thought
at the
that's
end of
where
it.
you're kinda
So,
going for it.
so then, and then he's like, oh shit. So, one of the mates is off getting a 30-day diet plan, and the other guy is getting some psychiatry because he just thinks he's seen ghouls. You could go one step further. Okay.
And have like a bundle plan.
You could make a bundle plan, or you could have like a stag do plan, or like a bachelor party,
Yeah.
where the best man phones ahead with an image of like a deceased family member, like a grandma or something like that. They build it into the mirror, and then he believes his great-great-grandmother is haunting him. And then you can really lock down on the psychiatry. You could really get the price up then, And it's great for the stag party. Someone being completely fucked off the whole time.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.
Jonah's whale. So that old Jonah that ended up in the whale?
Yes.
So realistically, it's just a big whale that you can go in, so you can feel like Jonah.
Okay.
How can we extract more of that?
Is that actually a...
These are all real rides that are in the Black Gang Chine.
Wow. You needed to add
Sorry,
that extra element.
I wanted to do that a while ago, but I completely forgot.
Okay, so I'm thinking to broaden the market within the people already visiting the park, we make this particular attraction Jonah's Brothers Whale. And then hopefully people still know who the Jonas Brothers are.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I wondered whether we were going to go down the same route, and not for the first time today. We didn't. So you've gone down the Jonas Brothers. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, I
that's
don't
good
know.
for a younger
For a
crowd.
younger crowd,
But I guess then they are now older. I don't know. Are Jonas Brothers still a thing?
I think they're back together.
Oh, are
Yeah.
they? In what way?
I'm a super fan.
Nice.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's creepy.
I even licked my lips when they were that was weird.
Yeah, why did you look into the camera and wink? They're not watching. I hope they're not anyway. So I went down a slightly different one.
Yeah.
Maybe we could have half and half. So on one side, for some
one and a
sections...
half brothers. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, there's 3 brothers, right? Anyway, then let's move on. I don't want to talk about the Jonas Brothers. I'm sure you can agree.
Dylan, I dismissed your idea. Now, let's move on. Yeah,
on
sure.
one half, all 3 Jonas Brothers. I think only people care about 2, right? I think there's a third that people don't care about.
Yeah.
Yes. So on the other side, Jonah Hill's whale. So you play Superbad, you play Wolf of Wall Street, and a variety of other films that Jonah Hill's been in. Because then you have the comedy crowd, and then you have the Jonah Hill's crowd on the other side. So they're going to pay. More people are going to want to go into Jonah's whale. Discuss.
Well, shit. If you are looking at... What are we just going down the tangent of Jonah Hill's whale?
No,
What?
we can have like one side of the rib cage is Jonas Brothers,
Yeah.
and one
And
side of
that
the rib cage is Jonah Hill's.
Jonah Hill's.
Because we're greedy, and we're trying to
greedy.
rekindle
Okay,
some
okay,
custom
okay.
here.
Yeah. And what am I supposed to do?
Sit there, look pretty. Next one, Dylan.
Next one, yeah.
Right, so this one.
I actually like your idea.
Okay, well, we can go full Jonah Hill if you want to.
No, I would rather go full Jonah Hill.
Okay, all right, we're going to go Jonah Hill then. Fine,
Jonah Hill,
fantastic. Great,
yeah.
great. Right, next one, Dylan. This one's called Extinction. Okay, so it's a bunch of basically plastic dinosaurs. It's fantastic. You should go there. It's wonderful. I'm thinking, okay, because we're greedy, we want to brand it just like Jurassic Park. But we don't want to pay for the branding of Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Okay, so we have like a similar looking logo. Everyone drives around in like Jetors, so like rip-off Jeeps. Okay, so they're not actual Jeeps. And we call it Prehistoric Public Garden instead of Jurassic Park.
I thought you were going to say something terrible.
And what did you think I was going to say? And why?
Well, you mentioned the Jetur car, and then I was like, Dylan, you just went for it. I just thought maybe there's a recurring theme. I'm not sure.
There isn't. There isn't. Do you know what I'll do? I'll bleep that out.
Okay.
So no one will hear it.
But people,
No, they can't because there is no evidence of what you just said. There was nothing wrong with it. And actually, it was really intelligent and clever. But I'm going to stick with Prehistoric Public Garden. Okay. So everyone's safe. So it's going to be Prehistoric Public Garden.
All right.
Okay. And we're going to animate the dinosaurs a little bit. And by animate, we're just going to get people to climb into the costumes and wave around it because we want to pay for animatronics.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that
okay,
makes
so we
sense.
can have prehistoric public garden. There's only a couple more. Don't worry. Hedge maze. So how do we make it more lucrative?
Hedge maze.
So it's just, your standard hedge maze, right? How can you monetize more a hedge maze, Dylan?
Well, I was thinking about hedges and the upkeep, but it's already there. So it's like,
Well, you went down a completely different route.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking, Dylan, right? So let's say 3:00, people enter the maze, right? They go into the maze, and it's a big maze.
have bouncers keep them there hostage.
No, you see, when they're around the corner out the way, you seal the maze. You seal the maze, but you don't tell them. They don't know.
So it's like a hidden
So they cannot get
entrance.
out.
Like it's a hidden.
It's a
like
one way. So they go
yeah.
in thinking, right, you guys need to go around and back out this way.
Yeah.
But they don't know that it's completely sealed off. Inside, you have kiosks, you have burgers, you have a hotel.
Yes.
You have a metro. You have like and basically you keep them there forever. And you just keep adding people every couple of days. And it's literally like basically a town or a city.
Yeah,
and
because
you
they
just
can't
keep
get
them
out.
there.
Yeah.
And you could have a university, a school, and it's just, they literally just become maze people. And they become mazes. And that's what they call themselves. It's just the mazes.
Not maze runners.
Yeah. No, that's too cool. That's too
we
cool.
can't pay for those rights either.
No, yeah. We're having prehistoric public garden and we're just having mazes, not maze runners, okay? We're greedy, Dylan.
Understood.
We are greedy.
Yeah.
So how do you think that? We just
an
make it an
ever
ecosystem.
evolving maze within, and then to keep people stuck there to spend money because there are
Exactly.
everything you need is there.
And we will buy the land and we will make Black Gang Chine its own country. And we'll make
such
our
a
own
scary
laws.
place though that keeps on popping
No, it's
up.
just I'm advertising Black Gang Chine. I want it to be radical because I'm trying to rekindle some businesses.
Understood.
I get this plan greed rekindle. Okay, so
Understood.
we keep them there. We make kidnapping not a crime, and voila. So Dylan, the next one. Now this is our kind of 3-word story flavor onto Black Gang Chine. Because at the moment, they have a character who has their own lawn and mansion. And this is called the Rumpus Lawn and Mansion. What was with the big sigh? What?
Are you not linking this for a third episode now? I was just scared you were going to say, and he's got a cousin called fucking Krampus, and then all of a sudden you start speaking in a fucking German accent again, and then
Well,
so
I wasn't going
sure.
to, but now you've said it, Dylan. Now you've said it.
Yeah.
We simply stick a K onto the front of it, so it becomes Krampus, and then all of a sudden we are getting paid the rights, Dylan. We are getting paid the rights, you see, because we own the Christmas Krampus rights. We have created this character, so we are going to have a Christmas Krampus lawn. That's where a load of goats will just eat because he is half goat. And then in the mansion, it would just be painted red like a demon. So we're going super cheap, but they have to pay for the rights of the Christmas Krampus. So instead of the Rumpus mansion and lawn, we're going to have the Krampus mansion and lawn. And you, look, Dylan, you can Google it. The Rumpus is there. But we're going to rebrand it with the Krampus, okay?
Krampus. All right.
It's a place called Fairyland. I don't think we need to do much with that. We're just going to stick you in it.
Pirate.
They already have a pirate land, but I don't want to touch that either. So they have a pirate.
that's fair.
Trust me, this place, Black Gang Chine, is one of the best theme parks on earth because it just has pretty much everything.
Okay.
But I'm thinking Fairyland, we just stick you in a cute pair of wings, and a little tutu, and we just stick you in there. I think that would be enough. Next one, snakes and ladders. Right? I'm thinking real snakes, real ladders.
I don't want to say. I don't know what that sound was.
I'm going to soundbite that and put that on the soundboard next time.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to watch.
Yeah. So it's basically, it'd be all underground in one of the caves.
Live studio audience, though.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea. But we got to do it before the Koreans do it because they have some batshit fucking game shows we could get there before real snakes and ladders. So, and then there could be like a big perspex screen where there's like a live studio audience behind. Otherwise, the snakes will get in the audience and be a mess. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they go down in there, thinking they're going to play snakes and ladders, and there's just ladders obviously going up to get them out.
Yeah.
And a load of snakes. What more do you need?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Is it that? Yeah, no. I'm just trying to think of how long this game would last, because I mean,
I think most of the snakes should just be non-venomous, non-choky, right? Like it's just,
okay. So meaning by default there will be some venomous and
like a couple, just a couple.
Yeah.
But the fear is there. Okay, so the chances of them dying are pretty slim, bar a couple of cobras, a cheeky boa constrictor or two that may suffocate and strangle them. But that's part of the game, right? We'll just squid game it. But we won't squid game it. We'll just octopus game it. Whatever we could get away with not paying with the actual the rights for
and
it.
you didn't want to use the word snake.
Yeah, but I wanted... You know what I was trying to do, you dickhead. Right? Fine, we could do snake games then. We'll call it the snake games, and they go in. Some people make it out or not. Then they get up to the top, Dylan. Guess where they are? They're back at Force Water. And then we go again. And then they go...
All the sweat that they conjure up in that glass box, we also use
Brilliant.
to feed the live studio
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Dylan... Now we've got this sorted. There are amongst other rides that, to be honest, they're too perfect to even to sort out. What we are going to do now is we're going to put together a quick promotional video of how this will sound to investors so we can extract the money out of them, put them into Black Gang Chine, and then be greedy with our plan to rekindle some money. You got me?
Yeah. Are we getting paid like Black Gang Chine?
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
We will. Dylan. When this kicks off, when this goes out there, when this goes ultra viral...
Or we get sued. No.
Potato. It's fine.
Okay. All right.
I'm sure I've checked with the Black Gang. They're fine. That's what they're called there. Because it's called the place based off the mineral colour in the rock and gangways. Dylan. Gangways, which are pathways, by the way. Nothing else. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to start. Like this promotional video, we'll use these videos that is going to be up for YouTube. So you can talk to the camera if you want to. And this is going to be to our investors. And we're just going to go down and explain them. Just briefly, okay? And it'll be a nice little soundbite. Welcome to the 3-word story theme park developments. Today we are going to show you an investment guideline to enhance the beautiful Black Gang Chine. The first ride that we have is the Force Water. Dylan, please tell our lovely investors what the Force Water is.
So, the idea behind this glass box would be to get the people inside as thirsty as possible, right? Whilst restricting them of water, but then selling bottled water with a markup increasingly higher, but then using some of that profit as charitable donations to keep them from coming after us.
Thank you so much, Dylan. Next up, we have the Hall of Mirrors, where our lovely consumers will walk down the mirrors and they may get a distorted version of themselves, which may make them want to go on a meal plan. Or they may look into the mirrors where they are haunted by people of their past, meaning that they may want to purchase some psychiatry. Here are some of the things that some of the people had to say.
Is that my gran?
You can tell they love it. So, the next up, we have Jonah's Whale. And in Jonah's Whale, we will have one side, Jonah Hill, celebrating the wide range of films for truly cinema's great. And on the other side,
You'll have the Jonas Brothers, just to entertain and appeal to the younger market, which I believe is teenage girls.
and thankfully, we had Dylan here, who is one of our leading experts on TV.
Well, thank fuck you said that instead of. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I'd rather take that instead of Jonas Brothers experts.
And next up, we have Extinction, where we will basically take all of Jurassic Park's logos and branding, but we will call it Prehistoric Public Garden. Enough said on that one, I think.
Or
or nothing. The next, we will have a hedge maze. The idea of this hedge maze is to entrap our customers to becoming part of the hedge community, where there'll be a tax rate of 99% and that they will be locked into this area at all times. Some of the community members said such things as,
oh, what overpriced bottle of water? Or this bottle, it almost tastes like sweat.
and help me, please let me out of here. As you can tell, they are really happy to be here. And next up, we have the Krampus Lawn and Mansion. And here we have our very own Krampus. Hi, welcome to my mansion and my lawn. Come and visit me. I have all my lovely goats because I am a half a goat eating all the lovely grass. And, well, you have to wait and see what happens in the mansion side. Thank you very much, Krampus. And we have Snakes and Ladders. Dylan, please explain to our investors Snakes and Ladders.
In front of a live studio audience, some of the guests will be trapped in a glass box, simulating the real-life game of snakes and ladders. Not all snakes will be venomous, just to add that element of surprise.
And also saves on the markup of buying snakes.
Right? Interesting stuff.
And just to polish all that off, if said customer does escape and go up through the top, then they'll find themselves back up to the large bulb where they will of course be charged to drink their own sweat. Thank you very much for listening. And there we go, Dylan. That is, we'll use that to get investors, and of course we will enhance Black Gang Chine.
After that lovely promo video.
Black Gang Chine.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. Look, and we've got the videos for it. I can stick some slides over it so they can really get what we're talking about. Or just draw some stick figures on it. I'm sure it'll be fine. So those are our theme parks. What a fever dream that was, or a fever nightmare. I don't know if it was because it was particularly hot in here, or you're dressed as like a.
Say that again. Say what you want to say. Yeah.
Like you look nice, and obviously I'm wearing a large felt costume, which is then making me hot. Check it out on YouTube.
What?
So
You're wearing?
Oh, you don't usually wear this. So Dylan, where we'll be looking for our next story, and why?
The place where, the location where you would have your last beer, your final beer.
Yes, and we're not suggesting that this is like an end of life thing, because that would be very depressing. It's kind of you've fallen off the bandwagon. Life's got a bit tough. You know,
you need to stop.
You need to stop because your pancreas is gonna shoot up, and the Egyptians might come for you and pull it out of Uranus to mummify you. You don't know that, so it's going to be somewhere where you are going to take that sip of your last beer on 3-word story. Thank you for listening to this week's 3-word story. If you would like to get in touch with James and Dylan, then please email us at the3wordstory@gmail.com. Send your reviews, negative or positive, or even your 3 words, and we'll read them out on air. See you next week.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.